Hello, this is the Homeless Educator. Today, over the past couple of weeks, I've really been aware of minimalist living and the depravity of humanity and the silliness of giving. Yesterday I watched a news report about the Wounded Warrior program. Now, I have an assertion to make, and that is that many times the founders of a philanthropic organization means well when they first start. And over a period of time, as people support their organization, there's the potentiality of a feeling of being entitled to those donations and not being quite as responsible. And what do I mean by that? Jesus, when he walked the earth, he was homeless. And not only was he homeless during his ministry, but he had to borrow a donkey to come to Palm Sunday. Not only was he homeless, but he's a homeless advocate. He told all of his disciples to give their money to the poor, not to him. Give their money to the poor. In other words, don't give it to the Jesus Travel Fund, but give it to complete strangers that need the money. And follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. So the disciples were asked to give all their money away, have nothing, as they joined this cause for the Israelites at the time. And he told them to give up their jobs and their homes. So 13 of them run around Galilee all homeless. Well, Christ was crucified, things started to slip. And Jesus, fortunately for Jesus, is the only one that could possibly do this. He was in a resurrected form and met his disciples on the beach, because shortly after he died, they decided to go back to fishing, which is what he told them at the very beginning of the discipleship not to do. So he approached them on the beach and he said to the disciples, "You love me more than these fish? Go out and share the good news." Now there was a recourse back and forth. The disciples began to understand exactly what Jesus was saying. From that point on, the 11 disciples, when they weren't homeless, they were in jail. So Christianity, one of the largest philanthropic organizations, was started by a bunch of homeless guys. How many pastors you know live in a home of less stature than the poorest person in the church? So this is an illustration that happens over centuries, where the organization that means to do well at the beginning basically gets a creep into its organization, like Wounded Warrior, who tugs at the heartstring of your donating for, hey, these are the people that defended our nation, yada yada yada. So they basically tug on the heartstrings of us, and they mean well at the beginning to help wounded warriors, but the news report said that of the donations that we're giving him, millions and millions and millions, well, I think it was like 300 million one year. 40% of that was basically misspent on indulgent events. Other organizations that do something very similar, they have a throughput rate of 91 and 96% of all of the money that they collect goes directly to the causes. And I'm going to bring up a couple of other nonprofits that creep happens. Wikipedia, which pretty much adds nothing to, basically humanity could exist without Wikipedia. Wikipedia does not give you a college degree that you can then go out and earn money. It doesn't save you anything on your education. Literally, you can go to the library and get the same material. And when they first started, it was very noble. In fact, I met the co-founder last year of Wikipedia, and his main concern was that the Wikipedia had no way for him to make money. Well, I just heard, and I'll do the research, and it'll be titled in this section here, that they had raised recently, well, initially Wikipedia had no employees, and they had one server, and I think their budget was $10,000 a month to provide knowledge to people around the world that were connected, and sometimes not connected, in terabyte drives, in literally 50 or 60 languages. And they were doing that on $10,000 a month servers and overhead. And they had one person that worked so much that they finally made him full-time. But recently I've heard that people have given so much money to them, they literally have way more than one employee and way more than $10,000 a month. In fact, they have an excess of budget. It doesn't prevent them to post on their website, "We urgently need your money." That's another example of creep. I would like to give you my word that I do not want to lose my street cred, or the federal government give me food stamps. So any money that comes in through my donation will not be creeped. I will continue to offer more tools so that young people around the world can earn a college degree and perhaps even get scholarships from World Mentoring Academy if we do have generosity, to individuals that really truly reach out into their community and do things in a philanthropic way. In other words, I'm not going to give a free education to someone who feels extremely entitled and gives nothing back to the community. They'll have to basically, in their offering, they'll have to say, what am I doing for my community? And I mean beyond my family, as Christ did. There's a variety of other things, such as last year, $40,000 per person was raised for research, the dyes of ALS, and the Ice Bucket Challenge. There's another excess of individuals becoming faddish in their donations, and as a result, they gave $40,000 per person that dies of ALS. Well, that same year, considerably less money was given to a pulmonary, which is the #1 killer, and I'll post it right here. It's probably, for every $1,000 it is given to ALS, which one person out of a very, very big population dies of, and pulmonary, which is one of the #1 killers, 1/1000th was given to that. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and let me know what causes interest you that I might be able to help you, given that I have very limited funds but a great deal of imagination. I have kindergartner possibility thinking. Yes, everyone should enjoy the opportunity of doing something grand for themselves and others. But self-indulgence and nonprofit creep is not good for humanity and the causes that we hold close to our body. Thank you very much for following me.